This message is not going to be for everybody. All right? I just want to make that clear. Okay? But the way God was showing me this in my dream, whoever this message is for, whoever is resonating with the title, this will be a confirmation to you. Okay? You are the glue. All right? You made sure that your family stuck together, and also, like, you were a teacher as well. Okay? Whoever this message is for, this is for someone who was a teacher to their siblings, to their family, someone who made the family stick together or always tried to bring their family together or did bring their family together. Okay, this is who this message is for. All right. You could have also felt like your parents were a bit childish or naive or just didn't always consider everyone when making, choices and stuff like that. Because the scene that God had showed me in a dream, it was kind of a crazy scene. And I was a bit annoyed with the parent in the dream because I'm like, what are you doing? So basically, I'm going to share this dream because I know some people be wanting to hear the dream. So it was like this neighbor next door had passed away, and the family had knew this neighbor or whatever. So we were about to go out one day, and I'm seeing like the family eating on some snacks, and I'm like, well, where did y'all get these snacks from that y'all chewing all hard on? And they was like, oh, we got it from blah blah blah. So I'm like, she passed away. Like, what you mean you got it from her? Like, so basically the siblings were going to the neighbor's house and they were like eating her snacks or whatever. And you would think like this is unacceptable. Like, who told you to do this? Why would y'all be like doing that? Who does shit like that? Like, somebody passes away, why would you go over to their house and you thinking about their snacks? Like, why aren't you thinking about them, period, and they done passed away? Like, you shouldn't be thinking about wanting to go into someone's house and get some stuff. So I'm just like confused because I'm like, who idea was this? So now God goes into the scene where I see the mother inside of the lady's house, and she's going through the clothes, like literally going through this lady's clothes, this deceased lady's clothes. So I'm like, oh, I see whose idea this was. It was the damn mammy. So everyone is leaving out of the house or whatever, and I'm like, y'all need to leave out of this house. You don't know if the cops is about to come. Like, this lady's been dead for a while now. You don't want to be caught up with anything. So everyone leaving out the house, and the mammy's still in there going through clothes and shit like that. And I remember we was like down the street, and then she finally came out. We seen her walking to approach us, and I was just like, what the heck? So that was just like a little snippet of the dream that God had showed me, okay, where you could have felt like, this mammy wasn't always making wise choices, and she could have led, your siblings to do the same thing, and sometimes you just didn't understand why. Like, I get it, like, you wanted snacks, you was hungry, or you wanted to go through it. Like, I get all of that, but it's just like a why. Like, why? Like, who would think of something like that? Like, oh, let's go next door and let's go. It was like one of those where you're just like, why? But yeah, you guys had gotten to some type of van and y'all were going to head out or whatever like that. And that was the end of that. But yeah, you could definitely be someone that, excuse me, maybe you felt like you were the second parent, or you felt like you had to make wise choices or decisions because sometimes, they wasn't given the best advice, or maybe you just felt like you took things more seriously than other people. So you really wanted to make sure that, you were teaching or showing them right from wrong. Like, you could really be someone that loves your family a lot, and you just always wanted to make sure that they knew what was right, because like a lot of people, they know what is wrong, but they don't really have that person there that's teaching them what is right. So I feel like you were always trying to be the person to teach them what was right, because it's so easy for them to see what is wrong. And it's not a lot of times where you see what is right, what is a good example, how you should treat yourself, how you should show up to the community, you know. And I feel like with you, that was your biggest thing, was to teach or show your family what was right. You know, what somebody that was honest and true looked like, somebody with integrity looked like, somebody that was confident, you know, someone that was fair and honest, you know. So I believe that that was like one of your main missions when it came to the family that you were born into. God really wanted you to be that source of light that showed people what was right. You know, what would Jesus do? You know what I'm saying? Just letting people know, like, there's another option. You feel me? You don't have to always go with that one way. There's another way. You know, God will make another way. You know, if you're feeling like you don't have nowhere to go, or oh, excuse me, confirmation, y'all. If you're feeling like you're stuck, you're tired, you're depressed, you don't have nowhere to go, all your options is failed, there's no other options, you have someone that will come in and that will tell you, like, no, there's another option, change your perspective, look at it this way, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like you were that person when it came to your immediate family, okay? Whoever this message is for, you were that glue that shaped and helped people to stay positive, to just stay on their righteous path, you know, because it's so easy for us to do wrong. There's examples of wrong. Confirmation, y'all. It's a lot of confirmations in this freaking message, but it's so easy to do wrong. You know, it's so easy to not care. It's so easy to steal or take things from people. It's so easy to be wicked, but it's hard to be nice. It's harder to walk in that righteousness. And I feel like you was sent on your family's path to just help them walk in their righteousness, you know, giving them an example of what you should be or what you could be, you know. So you could have had a mammy or a pappy that, you know, they didn't really teach, you know, the good and what you should get and what you should aspire to be like, or what type of good relationships you should be in. You know, it just wasn't a good example. And I feel like this is why God created you, because he needed you to show, you know, your siblings, your family, whoever it is, what is right. You know, that you don't always have to go, you know, the demonic route. You don't always have to go the devil's way. You know, you don't always have to go that way. There's always another way. Okay, because in a dream when it was going on and they was like in this lady's house, I was just so confused. Like, who the hell would want to be in a dead person's house? Like, first of all, you can get poisoned because the food was not prepared with love, or because, you know, you're eating with people that don't actually love you, or because of the spirits or energy that the food or whatever was made with. So with me, I'm very technical about what I put into my body, especially with the, you know, the energies that is around it. So if someone passed away and I'm eating their food in their home, I don't think that would actually be nourishment to my body. I feel like it would become sickening or poisonous to my body, because I wouldn't be able to actually enjoy it, because I know, first of all, I stole this or I'm taking this from someone that never said that I can have it because she's dead. You get what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes food can poison us because of the way that it is prepared, or because of the energies that is around it. Y'all get what I'm trying to say here? So, you know, a lot of times people can poison you because of the things that was said while they were creating this dish. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you have somebody, let me break this down really fast and then we're going to end this. If you have somebody that hates you, you know, that has a problem with you, a vendetta against you, and they're making you a meal, that it ain't gonna be no love in that meal. You know what I'm saying? And when you eat this meal, you may feel that there wasn't no love put in this meal. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you might have a headache, or you might have a stomach ache or something like that, because the meal wasn't created with love. You know, we can really feel stuff like that. That's why it's important for you to always pray over your food and ask God to make this nourishment to your body, and so that you will actually enjoy this meal. Because if you do not enjoy the meal that you're eating, it could become poisonous to your body, and some people could definitely become sick. And now you're trying to figure out, oh, how did I become sick? Well, it's because whoever created this meal or gave you this meal, it wasn't of love. Okay. Anyhow, stay the glue, stay being who you are. You're someone that the world needs, okay? Because everybody is going left because that's what they do. And you're like, well, why is nobody going right? Why nobody going this way? You know what I'm saying? You were meant to be that person for a reason, because I feel like your family in particular have a lot of bad examples, and God needed them to see a good example. I don't care if you were 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's God had already put this spirit inside of you. You know what I'm saying? So, he knew that, you know, your family needed that, even if they were young, even if they were 2 years old at the time, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like just them seeing you in that energy, it helped them. So now they're always, you know, second guessing when they doing something wrong or doing something that they shouldn't be doing, because now they're always thinking about you and what you would do and how you would lead them into making, you know, better and smarter choices for themselves. So you actually played a big part in your family's life, even if it doesn't feel like it. Okay, this message is for whoever feels like this, okay? This may not be everybody's message. Some of you don't even have siblings or anything like that, so this is not going to be your message today, but I still love you anyway, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.